kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
He'll get this underneath to Henderson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A first carry for Tyler Algier. 7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson to about the 40-yard line. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Burrow. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Cowboys first down.
From midfield now, Burrow. And this one taken in by Olave. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
A very solid gain of 27. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Tries the left side and finds Olave. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Joe Burrow, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Cowboys are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Prescott off play action. Able to get this one to McBride. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run the option left. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. An option handoff here to Mixon. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Oh, wide open, complete. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards.
I think we already know that this guy's going to be ready when they ring the bell for week 1. That play, almost routine for him, but still, nice to know that he's still got it.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's Olave bringing in another one. Touchdown, Cowboys. Chris Olave, 32 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Mixon hit, and oh, the ball is out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Burrow. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Algier again, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyler Algier punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like... And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Boy, very surprising. 2 lost fumbles for him, and we're still in the first quarter of play.
And you want to make a quick trip to the doghouse, maybe to the bench? Fumbled twice in the first quarter as he just did. Now you just wonder, is he going to be thinking about every time he touches the ball from here on out?
Dallas offense set for this next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They give it off here to the tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, There's no limits on what this lead could become.
Boswell for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Prescott. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
It's a gain of 16 yards. And the Baltimore.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd down, here's an option right. And he's got room. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Here's Freiermuth again. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now they go play action now. Burrow. He hits his target, Lockett. A big play here for Dallas. And even 50 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Now it's Burrow. Olave over the middle. Touchdown, Cowboys. Chris Olave ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Taken down at the 41.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 45-yard line. Prescott now toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff running left, Mixon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Henderson running straight ahead. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
He's brought down to the 42-yard line.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. Olave holds it in. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit. And then you happen to see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Again, Dak going to keep it. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An option handoff here to Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Mixon will try the right side. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this 2nd quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And his kick is indeed good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Burrow looking to pass. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
On second down, here's Mixon. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, on is Colby Wadman now to punt. On the return, here's Agnew. Oh, nice move. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He'll get this underneath to Henderson, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here we go on 4th down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
It's a gain of 3.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Leaves it for Penny. And it's a fumble, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Dalton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Dalton. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Complete to Romeo Doubs.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Andy Dalton. And he fires one incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Henderson will try and run for the 1st. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Again, it's Henderson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up
Dalton.
2nd and 5.
Over the middle, it's complete. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
2nd down and goal. Dalton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Romeo Doubs from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Ravens 3.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense back out there.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It'll be a loss of 3 yards there. That also brings up third down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They'll set up to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Dalton here from the gun. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. So Dalton now. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
We're going to do what we do.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Henderson. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
They run once more with Henderson, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing, Dalton. Able to find his man, Woods. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Looking middle, and that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. And Dalton to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. I got to think at this point, 3rd quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, This is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even starting to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds Penny. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
On second down, back to Henderson.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Henderson. And some room to roam now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
From the gun, a give to Henderson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 30. The 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw.
Pass out left, caught by Woods.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 23. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the handoff, Henderson. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll drop to throw. They set up the screen to Penny. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
He'll drop to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Robert Quinn, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, have a game, sir, why don't you? A sack earlier and an exclamation point here late in the game. And this one, won by his side of the ball. They played so well, surprised he didn't get his 2nd sack earlier.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. We paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself,
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not